What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a comparison between my Birkin 30 and my Kelly 32 in Cellier. This video is purely for informational purposes, my usual reviews and comparisons, just in case anyone is between either a Birkin or a Kelly in these specific sizes. In case you are curious about a particular style, I'm hoping that this does help you guys, since I know it is tricky to figure out which bag is right for you without being able to really try it on because it is not as accessible. My recommendation is, if you are curious about trying on, is to check out pre-loved boutiques. So hopefully this video helps you, and if you are curious, just keep watching. If you're new here, my name is Alyssa Lenore, and I do these kinds of luxury fashion related videos on Thursdays. On Mondays, I show you guys a glimpse into my daily life through vlogs. And if you like the vibe, you like the energy, please hit that subscribe button as well as notification bell so you know who posts new videos. And also feel free to check me out on Instagram and TikTok as well. Okay, so we're going to get started with just some basic information about each bag through some B-roll shots, sizing, and then I'll go in depth with each bag about their pros and cons. Okay, so the first bag that I'll chat about is my Birkin 30. This was my very first Hermes bag. I got this as a store offer in January of this year through my lovely sales associate that I met in November of last year. And it was my SA that asked me about a Birkin or a Kelly at the end of that first appointment. I do have an insert for this, and it is such a beautiful bag. I do not need to baby it, and I love how slouchy it can get, and it can be worn really casually. I never really close the bag fully just because it can be a pain to get in and out of, and personally just love the look of it this way. The Birkin has two handles and can fit a ton. I have a 7RP insert inside the bag, and I'll show you guys also what can fit inside each piece just so that you can gauge what fits more. The Birkin definitely fits more than the Kelly because it is wider. So the inside of the bag comes with one pocket on this side and a zip pocket in the back. The bag is super roomy, really easy to get in and out of when you have it open like this. It can get pretty annoying if you are constantly closing it, though that does help if you are going to like not really reach into your bag frequently, you know what I mean? That is what the bag looks like all closed. Obviously, you can fit a lot more when you just wear it open because the top isn't as slim. Togo leather is really relaxed and casual in my opinion. And there is veining that can happen with Togo leather, which is what those lines look like. In certain lights, you can see the lines on Togo, but not all the time. Pricing will be listed at the end of this video, and I will also link a chart down below because pricing changes depending on the size and I think the type of leather that you are going with. So that is just something to keep in mind as well. Those prices obviously are going to be the boutique prices. I'm not going to go into this video as to like how to score a bag because There really isn't a clear formula to it. I hear so many different things from different people, and I can only speak to my experience that I just got paired with a really lovely SA who made it happen for me with this particular bag. As you can see from like how it's styled, I'm 5'6" for reference. It is just like a perfect size. Anything smaller I feel like would be a little bit more dressy because it does come across as a mini bag for my frame, but the 30 I think is the perfect size for me and really does fit a lot. Just to show you all what fits inside as well, I'm going to take out the insert and put everything in here. So this is my compact wallet. I'm going to put some sunglasses in here. This is a super bulky case. And then I have my AirPods, my keys. I've got my lip balm that can fit into this slot over here, camera, and you can see that we're still working with quite a good amount of space. This isn't a bag that I really want to stuff just because I don't want it wearing on the leather, but it isn't a bag I'm afraid to put things in either. So you carry this with the top two handles. It can fit on the crook of the arm or just handheld. And because of that, I mean, it's not going to be the most comfortable bag to carry. I think shoulder bags are always easiest because that weight is not just falling on one arm. I love the look of the Birkin 30, but in terms of carrying it, it is easier with a Kelly bag because of that shoulder strap. So that is something to keep in mind if you are considering a Birkin 30. This is a vintage box Kelly in Cellier in a size 32. I got this from Rebag maybe 2-3 weeks ago during their summer sale, and I'm just in awe of how beautiful it is for 20 years. There is like one line right there, but I am going to bring this into my essay to see if it is something that can be buffed out. Box leather is prone to scratches. That is just something that you need to think about if this particular leather is on your mind. Cellier is going to be a little bit more structured. You can see the stitching on the outside of the bag compared to the Birkin where the stitching is not visible on the structure of the bag. 32 that I got is the two-way, which comes with a strap lock over here, and the bag can be carried with the one strap, but you do always kind of want to keep this closed just because of how the bag is structured. Because it is Cellier, it is a little bit more stiff, but the bag has two pockets on this front side and then a zip pocket in the back. The Kelly, which is wider in the bottom by 2 centimeters, is actually also more narrow, so it won't fit as much as the Birkin, and you can see that with this side by side. The Kelly is perfect if you need something when your hands free. Obviously, if you're carrying the Birkin on your arm, you could be hitting things when you're moving side to side. This one can easily be moved to your back and you're kind of free to just like do whatever with your hands if you're running errands, I know, or you're shopping and you need to grab things. It's definitely a lot easier to carry. I personally think that the Kelly has the tendency to look a little bit more dressier than the Birkin in this size, but I mean, both can be worn in whatever way you'd like. It's just a matter of, do you prefer something that can only be worn on your arm, or do you want something that can be worn on the shoulder? Do you want something that you can easily access, or do you want something that's a little bit more secure? The Kelly is lighter by itself because of the leather, and the Birkin is definitely on the heavier side because of its leather and all that's going on with it. I do feel like I see a lot of box Kellys on the resale market for much less than retail. There are a lot of great vintage ones that are less than what this would cost at the boutique, and you also don't have to wait for it, so that's another benefit if this is a particular bag you're eyeing. I got this from Rebag during their summer sale. It was listed at $8,500 and then it was 15% off, which made it around $7,200. And I did end up selling my jumbo, which was able to pay for this bag. The Birkin is $10,900 retail before taxes. If you're looking for this style and you don't mind a little bit older, The resale market has a ton. I'll try and link some down below as well. And again, I mentioned this when I showed this bag that Rebag does have sales pretty often. So I would hold off for their next round of sales and then see if you can snag this up, because I did save over $1,000. And also retail for a Kelly 32, I believe, in Cellier is $11,600 from the boutique. So that is just something to keep in mind as well. I feel like generally I am pretty careful with all of my bags just because of me being super mindful all the time of how I carry them. And these being dark color bags, I don't have to worry about color transfer or anything like that. I also just wear a lot of neutrals, so these two can be easily styled. And if you are between one versus the other, I really think it just comes down to this one is the easier one to carry on the shoulder, obviously because this one doesn't have a strap. This one is easier to get in and out of because it has two handles that just open up rather than this one that you need to twist and open up. This one fits a lot more. So there's a lot that you can like factor in. This strap on the Kelly is also detachable, but it is great that you have the option to shoulder strap it. It is great how much this bag can fit and how easy it is to get in and out of it. So, I mean, it really just comes down to each specific person. I don't believe one is better than the other. I believe that both bags have something very beautiful about them, but if you are to pick one versus the other, I do think that you need to think about your lifestyle and also if you want to be able to easily carry it on your arm, also which one might look better on you. You could be feeling like you think the Kelly looks better on you versus a Birkin. Again, I recommend trying on from pre-loved stores if that is an option for you. I know there's a couple of Rebags around New York City and also the Real Real, and I have tried on Birkins and Kellys prior to me actually having them in my collection. I believe that these sizes are also the most popular ones, if not also the sizes down from them. So the 25 for the Birkin and also the 28 for the Kelly. To show you guys what fits in, I mean, I didn't stuff the Birkin, but all of these things would easily fit into the Kelly. Oh, I didn't even put my phone in, but we know that this phone would fit inside. I am waiting for an insert for this one from Samorga. My code does still work with them, so if you want to use a Lenore for 20% off, you may. I'm putting in my little vlog camera, my wallet, my keys, AirPods. I've got my glasses in here. It's a little bit more narrow at the top, so it does get tricky getting things in and out, but the overall structure of the bag is great. So this is the bag with all of those things in there, and there's still room, but that is what it's looking like versus the Birkin, which can slouch over time just because this leather is a little bit more supple. Yeah, that is our little comparison between these two. I'm hoping that that was helpful because I feel like I blank out every single time I film these videos. Those are just the things that I think of when I am between bags and which fits better. So yeah, that is all for this video. Hopefully you found it helpful. I will have links down below to any pre-loved pieces on the pre-loved finds section of my website. So please check that out. Again, if you are looking for a vintage box Kelly, I do feel like the internet has a lot of them and for far below retail, and you don't have to worry about playing the Hermes game. So yeah, that is all for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!